Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Fabio with InspectionX. We're super happy that you're checking out InspectionX. And in this video, we're gonna give you a quick walkthrough of how the system works so that you can follow along and have enough information for you to get started. So the first thing we're gonna let's go ahead and log in to the InspectionX website. You can go to www.inspectionx.ai and you should see a sign in button at the top right. As soon as you click that sign in button, you can log in and you'll be taken to this screen here. Now let's go ahead and grab your phone or tablet. It can be Apple or Android. Scan the QR code that is most relevant to you. As I can see here in my screen, you should be in this screen. And this is going to take you to the App Store or the Play Store where you can go ahead and download the app. So feel free to pause this video, download the app, and get yourself logged into the app. As soon as you log into the app, you should see the screen that I'm seeing here on my phone right now. Cool. We're all set up. And before we jump in, what I would love to show you is first how InspectionX works. I'll just give you a quick overview of how it works and what to expect before we jump in to the app. Cool. So for me to show you how it works, and for this, you can either follow along or just watch my screen. Feel free to just watch my screen. So here at the top, we're going to see the navigation bar for InspectionX. We're currently here in this reports page. Let's go ahead and click on the templates page. This is your template. All of your accounts already have the InspectionX default template loaded. Or if you talk to us, we loaded in your template that you wanted us to load. So the way that templates work in InspectionX is we have sections, which are high-level components of the house. We have subsections, which are areas of the house, which are to be inspected inside those components. And then we have comments for each of those subsections. So for example, here I have the kitchen section. When I click on the kitchen section, I will see all of the subsections I have for the kitchen. So I have the cabinets under the kitchen. I have the sink under the kitchen. And then if I click on one of these subsections, so the sink and plumbing subsection inside the kitchen section, I will see all of the comments that I have here for the sink and plumbing subsection. So I have a comment here for an active leak noted under the sink. The way InspectionX works is that when you're on site, you will be collecting observations. Observations are just a grouping of pictures and comments. So let's suppose that you see that there's a leak in the kitchen sink. What you're going to do is you're going to take a picture of that. You're going to press a microphone button on the app, and you're going to say out loud what you're seeing. So I would just take a picture of the leak in the kitchen sink, and I would say, there's a leak in the kitchen sink. Now, as soon as I create this observation and I send it off to InspectionX, InspectionX is going to do two things. The first thing is going to look at all of the sections and subsections that I have in my template, and it's going to ask, hey, which section and subsection are most relevant to this observation that I'm recording? In this case, it will be the kitchen section and the sink and plumbing subsection that exists inside the kitchen section. That's step one, figuring out the most relevant section and subsection from our template. Essentially answering, where should this go? The second thing that InspectionX is going to do is it's going to look at all of the comments that exist in your template for this subsection and ask, what comment is most relevant to what I just said? In this case, it will be this active leak comment that talks about a leak in the kitchen sink. So what InspectionX is going to do is it's going to take that picture, take that audio, put it under the kitchen section, the sink and plumbing subsection, and then add this comment here that talks about an active leak inside of my report. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try that out. so you can get a feel for how it works. We can stay here on the templates page of the website. That's okay. And let's go over to the app now. All right, so now we should be in the main screen of the app, the home screen of the app, where it says Start New Inspection. We can go ahead and click where it says Start New Inspection. This is going to give us the option to fill out the address, clients, agents, and add additional inspectors if we're teaming up on inspection. We can ignore all of that for now. Just press the blue Start button at the bottom of the screen. This is going to take us to the camera screen. We can go here and allow all access. This way you can take pictures and save them to your gallery. And then we can also give access to the camera. And now we can click on the microphone button at the bottom right of the screen where it says audio. It's going to ask you for permissions here. We can allow those and press the trash can at the bottom left to delete this audio. Cool. So now we're in the camera screen of the app. And I'll show you how we can do an observation. I'm going to come here and show in my computer screen a picture of an illustrative picture of a leak in the kitchen sink. And what we're going to do is do this with me. Just take a picture of this leak in the kitchen sink. And note that as soon as you take that picture, it's going to show up in the top bar of the app. There's going to be a little white cube at the top of this camera screen, and then you're going to see a preview of that picture. So this top bar represents your current observation. And it's saying, hey, this current observation has one picture. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to click that audio button at the bottom right, and we're going to say what we see. So I'm going to click that audio button and say, there's a leak in the kitchen sink. After I do it, I'm going to press save. So feel free to watch me do it and then pause and do it yourself. There's a leak in the kitchen sink. Cool. Now we can notice that at the top bar, there's the picture we took and then a little red circle with the microphone, which is the audio we recorded. So saying this current observation has one picture and one audio. As soon as I'm done with this observation, which I am, I took the picture I wanted to take. I did the voice note saying what I saw. I'm going to go ahead and press process on the top right of the phone. What this does is it groups the audio and the picture together and send it off to InspectionX for InspectionX to do those two things we talked about. Thing number one, figure out what section and subsection of my template makes the most sense for this observation. And thing number two is, hey, figure out what comment inside that subsection of my template is most relevant to what I just said. To review what has just happened, we can go ahead and click on observations on the bottom left of your phone. This is going to take us to the observations screen. And I'm going to be able to see here this observation that we just recorded. So at the very top, we're going to see it says synced in green. This basically means, hey, the system has processed your observation. Under that is going to show us the section in white, it says kitchen. And then under that, the subsection, sink and plumbing. So this is what we expected, right? We made an observation about a leak in the kitchen sink, and the system organized it in the kitchen section and the sink and plumbing subsection. Under where it says sink and plumbing, we're going to see the rating. So it marked it as poor. And it's going to see also a summary tag that it turned on. So saying, hey, I want this observation to go for the summary. Right under that is going to see the comment that it picked from my template. So I'm going to now go back here to my InspectionX screen, and I can see in my template that I have the kitchen section, which is the one I chose. I have the sink and plumbing subsection, which is the one I chose. And then under there, I have this comment in my template. Active leak noted under the sink. This can damage the sink cabinet and create conditions conducive to fungi mold growth. Recommend repair. Mold testing may be considered if there are interior water damage or indoor air quality concerns. So this is the verbiage that I wanted to use for whenever I see a leak in the sink. This is what I have in my template. Now, if I look back on the phone, this is what was picked. Active leak noted under the kitchen sink. This can damage the sink and the sink cabinet and create conditions conducive to fungi mold growth. Recommend repair. Mold testing may be considered if there are interior water damage or indoor quality concerns. This is exactly the comment I have in my template. It just got selected for me. I give just enough information for the system to be able to figure out the section, the subsection, and the comment. Okay, so now let's record another observation to practice. Click on the camera button on the bottom middle of your phone. This is going to take us back to the camera screen. And in my computer here, I'm going to share a picture of debris in the gutter. So let's go ahead and take a picture of my screen, just like how I'm going to be doing on my phone. Note that that picture goes to the top bar. I'm going to click the microphone and I'm going to say what I'm seeing. Debris noted in the gutter by the left elevation. Now, in the top bar, I have my picture and the voice note I recorded. I'm going to go ahead and press process. That's going to clear out the top bar and send this observation for the system to classify. To review what's going on and what happened, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click observations on the bottom left. And feel free to pause this here and try this for yourself. So go ahead and pause the video, take the picture of the debris in the gutter, do your voice note, press process, and then click on observations. Cool. So here I can see that this went into my template. I'm going to go on my computer and share back my InspectionX website to look at the template. I'm going to close here the sink and plumbing subsection. I'm going to close the kitchen section. I'm going to go look here at my template. I'm going to expand the roofing section. And I'm going to see here that in the roofing, I have a gutter subsection. This is where I would want this observation to go. This is what the app selected. So it did what I wanted it to do, which is put in the roofing section, the gutter subsection. It marked it as poor. It included it in the summary. And then it selected this comment, which is that the gutter had debris. And this is this comment here that I have in my template. So my template says gutters and or downspouts contain debris at time of the inspection. Accumulated debris can restrict drainage and contribute to overflow. This condition is generally considered a maintenance item. Recommend cleaning and maintaining the gutters and downspouts free of debris. If I look here on my phone, this is exactly what got selected. Gutters and or downspouts on the left elevation contain debris at time of the inspection. Note that it added this left elevation in the comment because I said that on the audio. So the system is smart enough to say that, hey, you know, I specified a location in my voice note, and this location wasn't in the template comment. So I'm going to go ahead and add it there. So that's why that entered. Accumulated debris can restrict drainage, so on and so forth. And this is exactly the comment I have in my template. So let's do one last example. I'm going to go here on my computer and share a picture of a toilet. And we can pretend that this toilet is loose at the base. So go ahead, pause this video, and try to create an observation for this defect. I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Pause the video, and then I'm going to do it, and you can compare it to what I did. Okay, so now I'm going to take a picture of this toilet. It's going to go to the top bar. I'm going to click my audio button. The toilet is loose at the base. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to press process. Now, on my computer here, I'm going to jump back over to the InspectionX website. I'm going to close here the gutter subsection, close here the roofing section, and I'm going to go here to my bathroom section, and I'm going to expand my toilet subsection. So let's find my loose at base comment. I think is toilet loose, this one right here. And let's see what the app did. So I'm going to click observations on the bottom left to go there. And I'm going to see it picked my bathroom section, which is what I wanted. My toilet subsection inside the bathroom, which is also what I wanted. And then it picked my comment that I have here in my template. The toilet was loose at the base. This can affect the seal at the floor connection and may allow leakage. Recommend securing the toilet and installing a new wax ring by a qualified plumber. Perfect. You can note here that my template just said toilet was loose, but because I said toilet was loose at the base, the system recognized I gave a little bit more flavor and went ahead and added that flavor to the comment. But besides that, this is the exact comment from my template. So this is the core of how InspectionX works. You go to the camera screen, and in the camera screen, you take pictures, you say what you're seeing, and you press process. This hands it off to the system to figure out what section and subsection it should put, where it should organize it in your template, as well as what comment from the subsection it should pick. Great. So now let me show you how we can edit observations. In case, you want to change something, you misspoke, or the system did something you didn't expect. I'll show you how to do it on the phone and on the computer. Excuse me. So if we click here on reports at the top bar, remember, right now we're in this templates tab where I can review my templates. If we go here to reports, we're going to see this report we're working on here on the computer. The phone and the computer are synchronized and update in real time. Let's go ahead and click on this report. I'm going to open it up. On the right side, we're already going to see our PDF preview. Let's go ahead and just click the gallery tab. This is going to show you the pictures we took for our observations. Cool. This is perfect here. Hover over the first picture. And at the top, you're going to see a little blue thing that says kitchen sink. If we go ahead and click on that, this is going to take you to where this observation is in your report. So right now we're in the kitchen section. This is our report. We're in the kitchen section, the sink and plumbing subsection, and we see here this observation that we just created on the phone. Let's not do anything. I just want you to leave this screen open here where we are. Now, click on observations on your phone on the bottom left. Scroll down for us to see this first observation that we did about the kitchen sink. And let's suppose we wanted to change the rating. So on your phone, go ahead and click where it says poor defective or whatever rating you have there. And select the new rating. So for me, I'm going to go here and change it to fair. As you can see, the rating updated here on the phone. It also updated on your computer. Now, go ahead and click. Let's suppose I don't want this in my inspection report summary. Let's click where it says summary. Blue means on. So click on it. It should become gray. Gray means off. It should also have updated on your computer. Now, let me show you how to do this on your computer. So if you go to the computer and you click where it says fair, you can change it back to poor. That should automatically turn the summary on, but if you want to turn it off, you can click on summary. It should turn it off. Okay, so it's the same controls, it's the same idea of how to change stuff on the phone and the computer. If I misspoke or the system made an unexpected classification and it put this in the kitchen, but I was actually talking about the bathroom, what can I do? So on your phone, right above where it says poor, it should say kitchen, sink, and plumbing. Go ahead and click on that where it says kitchen, sink, and plumbing. It should allow you to change the section and the subsection, essentially placing this observation somewhere else. So click where it says section kitchen, and let's pick bathroom. Then click where it says subsection, select subsection, and let's pick sinks and cabinets. And then as soon as I hit save, now this observation belongs to the bathroom section and the sink and cabinet subsection. Here in my report, if I hover over that first picture again, and I click on the blue thing, it's going to take me to that observation. And here I can see it, that this is, we're in the bathroom section, the sink and cabinet subsection, and I have my observation here. I can do the same thing on the computer. Right above poor defective, if I click where it says bathroom, sink, and cabinet, I can change this back to the kitchen section and to the sink and plumbing subsection. And then this would also have updated it on my phone. If I want to change the comment, I can go ahead and click on the comment on the phone. I can make any edits here that I want. I can also press template at the top right, it's going to show me all of the common options I have on my template. And I can choose a different one if that's what I want. I'm not going to change it for now. Same thing on the computer. If I click on the comment, I can edit it. If I click here where it says template comments, I can see the comments I have in my template and pick one of those. Not going to change it for now. Okay. So this is the core of how InspectionX works. This is how you can create observations. And this is how you can edit observations both on the phone and on the computer. This is 20% of everything you can do. That will take you 99% of the way there, sometimes all the way there. And this is the core. I would urge everyone to practice and get comfortable with this before trying to do more. Now, the next and last thing I'm going to show you is our review process. What we've basically looked at together is a way where we can, spend most of our inspection just in this camera screen of the app. As we go through the property, and we can go through the property in whatever order that we want, all we kind of do is we focus on inspecting, we take the pictures, and we say what we're seeing. Right? Now, if you're a newer inspector, or if you want to make sure that nothing got missed on site, there's another way to add observations. Let's go ahead and jump to the review page. So the review page is on the bottom of your app. On the bottom left, we have observations. To the right of observations, we're going to have review. So go ahead and click on review. And here we're going to be able to see a more traditional view of our report, where we have the sections. And when I expand section, I'm just going to expand here to the kitchen section. I'm going to see all of the subsections that I have for the kitchen. Now, some of them already have some kind of comments that I included by default. That's okay. But the idea here is that I can kind of see all of the sections and subsections that I want to check out during an inspection, right? So let's suppose that, I note that the dishwasher is leaking. One way I could add an observation is I click here on the camera screen on the bottom. I jump here, I take a picture of the dishwasher, I do my voice note, leak in the dishwasher, and I send it off. Now the system's going to figure out the section, the subsection, and also the comment. So hopefully it's going to pick kitchen dishwasher, and then the comment I have for the leak in the dishwasher, kind of just as it did for the leak in the kitchen sink, the gutter with debris, and the toilet loose base that we did together. Now, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is if I just go to that review screen, under dishwasher, I'm going to see my default observation, which is kind of like my CYA comment I always want to have in there. And under that, I'm going to see a button that says Add Observation. If I click Add Observation, this is going to take me to the camera screen again. And here I can do the same thing. So I'm going to take a picture of my dishwasher. I have a dishwasher pulled up here, so I'm just going to take a picture of my keyboard. And I'm going to record my voice note. The dishwasher is leaking. I'm going to see that there's the picture and the voice note there. I'm going to press process. And this is going to take me back to the review screen. And as we can see here, inside the dishwasher subsection, this is where my observation is. It said satisfactory and had just a picture because it was loading. Now that it finished loading, it marked it as poor. It has the picture there. And then it has my comment. I'm just going to click on this observation to expand it. The dishwasher is leaking when operated, etc., etc. All of the verbiage I have in my template for leaking the dishwasher. So here, because I added the observation from the review screen directly from the dishwasher subsection, the system did not try to figure out that it should place it in the kitchen section and the dishwasher subsection because I was already there. I already told it where I wanted it. It just tried to figure out the comment, right? So this is, if you're a newer inspector that appreciates kind of making sure you went through everything, you can just spend most of your time here in this review screen, see all the subsections you have to inspect and add an observation inside this, each one of these subsections. Okay, cool. Now, how to review things. Every subsection in your report is marked as unreviewed to begin with. And we encourage you to try to review everything before you're done inspecting. So how do I review stuff in the kitchen? The first thing I have here is the cabinets. I have this comment here. If this looks good for me, I can just go ahead and press review. It's going to mark this as reviewed. The sink and plumbing, this looks good to me. I'm just going to mark it as reviewed. Garbage disposal. There was no garbage disposal here in this house, and I don't really want to add that to my report. So I'm just going to click exclude. This is going to hide the garbage disposal from my final report. Dishwasher, I actually want to just mark this as fair. So I'm going to click on this observation, click where it says poor, change it to fair. Now this looks good. Cooking units, this is fine. Microwave, fine. The fridge was fine. Electrical, I'm going to say one of the GFCIs wasn't working. So I'm going to add observation here, take a picture. A GFI in the kitchen wasn't working. Save process. It's going to show satisfactory in the picture because it's loading. Bar sink, while it loads, I'm just going to keep reviewing. Bar sink, there was none. I'm just going to exclude. Limitations, yeah, I can keep my standard limitation there. Review. Now I can scroll up here. I'm going to see I added here the observation. GFI is non-functional, defective. I already know this kind of like the comment that I like. I can open it to double check. Yep, this looks good. And then I can mark this as reviewed. Cool. So now I have reviewed everything here in the kitchen. And this is kind of like the review flow that you can do. Okay. And this is most of the basics. This is kind of like step one to get comfortable with is creating observations, creating them from the camera screen, creating them by clicking add observation in the review screen, and reviewing stuff that we think looks good. Also editing observations on the phone and on the app. Stay tuned for a continuation of this video, but this is it for now.